DYBU You've reached the Do Your Best Until podcast, and I'm your host, Michael Vaughn Williams. Today, we're going to talk about why we matter, which also means why you matter. I'm the second child of 6 children, 5 boys and 1 girl. Our parents did a great job in letting us know that we were loved. They also encouraged us to do our best in everything that we did. We found out at a young age that our father and his twin brother grew up without their father in the home. This was very important to him because he stressed the importance of us being there for our families. He loved his mother, and he recognized the fact that she worked extremely hard to take care of him and his twin brother. Of course, it was difficult, but they managed to make it with limited resources. My dad also respected my mother, and they both worked hard to feed their children. Fishing was one of the things that my father enjoyed, and it also provided additional food for 8 people that he and my mother were feeding. I also enjoyed fishing with my father. One day, when I was approximately 5 years old, I heard that my father and some of his friends were going fishing. I asked if I could go fishing with them, but I was told I could not go because this time only the adults were going. I was devastated. I kept asking, but the answer was the same each time. Only the adults are going this time. As the adults filed into the car to go fishing without me, I ran outside and I peered around a bushy shrub on the left corner of the front of the house. As the car passed by that corner of the house without me, it sank in. I was not going. I casually walked back into the house, went to my parents' room, opened the chest of drawers where my father kept his pistol. I picked it up and placed the barrel of the gun to my chest and pulled the trigger. There was an eerie quietness that filled the room, and nothing else. The gun was not loaded. If the gun were loaded, I might not be here today. And even if I had survived the shot, our lives would have been extremely different. I carefully placed the pistol back in the drawer, covered it, closed the drawer, and walked off. I never talked about that attempted suicide until I was a teenager. I told my mother about it as we were just in the car, my mother and my older brother and my sister. And we were just kind of talking about things in general, and I just happened to mention that when I was young, I actually tried to kill myself. She started crying. I don't know what I was thinking about that it wouldn't affect her, but she started crying. I don't know if she ever told my dad what I'd done, but I realized the impact that it had on her after I told her. The point that I'm making is that each of us have an impact on other lives. My parents were doing the best that they could, and they just happened to miss the fact that that fishing trip was such an important thing for me. I was only 5 years old, and my dad just said, well, only adults were going, and it was dismissed. But for me, it was extremely important. Had I not survived, I know of at least 10 other people who wouldn't be here today. Either because I saved their lives, or because I'm a father or grandfather to some other people. And if I ask those same people if there are other lives that maybe they touched, probably there will be others whose lives were saved because I lived and because they lived. So it's extremely important that we do the best that we can in everything we do, and also be mindful of the fact that others are watching us and leaning on us. So we should never take our lives for granted. Each life is important. So the key takeaway from this experience is that pay close attention to what is important to your children. You never know. That one little moment that you pause to say, well, this time you can't go, but you know what, when I get back, let's plan, and we'll go on a special trip, something that you choose and that you are looking forward to. Just let them know that you're extremely concerned about what's important to them. But sometimes, maybe just the adults can get away for a little while, but when I come back, we're going to do something special. Of course, as my father did, never keep a loaded gun where a child can get it. So he was very good about not keeping that gun loaded, because had the gun been loaded, I wouldn't be here to share anything with you or anybody else. But give yourself some grace as you're raising children, because it's not easy, but it is rewarding. My parents did a great job. They were doing the best that they could. And of course, I was just 5 years old. So do your best until you can do better. Learn from my life experiences, share those with other people, and do the best that you can until you can do better.